Hello, everybody. Today's discussion is about mental health issues and its impact on everybody, regardless of their age. By this discussion, today we aim at navigating the challenges of the working professionals faced at home and at their work. Let's dive right into the video.
So let's kickstart this podcast, and we have a special focus on mental health in the legal profession. So my first question to Rajshri ma'am, what change do you see in the type of mental health issues that are being faced today?
From the previous generation?
Yes.
And okay, Gen Z. You
Gen
mean to
Z.
say? Not really to that an extent, but yes, earlier there was no knowledge, there was no information, so one was generally clueless. The problems were still there. We have not invented any new disorders. They've just been packaged in a different way, in a novel way. So the loneliness was there earlier, it's still there, despite the overwhelming presence of multimedia. And also remember, earlier on, it was considered a taboo to talk about family, to discuss the husband issues, because it was taken too personally, it was insulting, and it was embarrassing. Today, the children are extremely comfortable in talking about their physiology, their biology, and the psychology with people comfortably.
So is it that we have identified and put labels onto
Exactly.
our issues?
Exactly. And also, the families are shrinking. So the focus on children is much more from the parents than the earlier times. So I would only say that we become more aware and more self-obsessed about us. So we are noticing these problems which existed earlier but went unnoticed. They
So
were-
as such, there's no change in the type. It's
Uh,
just a matter of recognizing the issue and labeling.
Yeah, I would say severity has worsened now because of so much of presence of the Instagram, the Facebook taking over our life, unfair comparisons being done. In that respect, for sure, it has increased. Otherwise, the problems existed earlier; they just went unnoticed.
Your take on this?
आई कम्प्लीटली एग्री विद राजश्री दैट जब शुरू शुरू में ऐसा नहीं है कि हमने कुछ नई मेंटल हेल्थ डिजीज और ये सिम्टम्स कुछ नए आए हैं. इनिशियली हम लोग नहीं रिकग्नाइज करते थे, अब वो बहुत ऑब्वियस हो गए हैं और शायद दोनों टाइम में एक्सट्रीम थी. पहले बिल्कुल बात नहीं करते थे, अब बहुत ज्यादा बात करते हैं.
ये आपने बिल्कुल सही
हाँ,
बात बोला.
पहले बिल्कुल ही नहीं बात
You hit
करते
the
थे.
nail, yeah, on the head. We were hiding always.
हाँ हाँ.
Yes.
और अब बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपोज कर रहे हैं अपने आप को. और एज यू सेड के कंपैरिजन में जब हम देखते हैं ना चीजें सोशल मीडिया में, तो आइडेंटिफाई भी करने लगते हैं, अच्छा मुझे भी ये सिम्टम है.
Every little discomfort also today, the new
Yes.
generation, they want to label it or pathologize it, as we say it in psychology.
Very true.
Yes.
Very true.
So discomfort has to be taken as discomfort. It's not a disease. We make
Yes.
it into a disease sometimes.
Well said, well said. So I've got this term Gen Z. So now my next question is that is Gen Z obsessed with mental health or are they too fragile?
Both. But please don't take this as an insult at all. We have to first remind ourselves that the new generation, which you call the Gen Z, they're surrounded with therapy language all around them. They can identify triggers at the drop of a hat. They can spot gaslighting. All of them have become far more easier today for them. And when the new generation says, I'm anxious and I need to see a therapist, then they are obsessed. But when the same Gen Z says, I'm anxious, I want the world to understand me, is a new generation who's extremely fragile.
So it's more when you seek out help, actively seek out help, you would say that it's not a question of fragility. When it is an excuse to face the world,
Yes, when we
somewhere the
get,
question of fragility.
I agree there, absolutely. Acceptance is important. As long as you're in a denial, you will never reach a solution. So when we address it and address it to the right person, then you're going to get help, the right help.
So, Deepa ma'am, what has been your experience with Gen Z, especially in the legal profession, when it comes to mental health and freedom?
इसका ना मैं अगर बहुत अच्छा सा कंपैरिजन दूं तो जब हम घर बनाते हैं तो वुड को प्रोसेस करते हैं ना,
हाँ।
कि उसको फर्नीचर की बनाने से पहले उसको बारिश में आग
Seasoning.
में सीजनिंग करते
हाँ,
हैं।
बिल्कुल।
तो मेरा एक्चुअली पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस ये रहा है कि ये लोग सीजनिंग और प्रोसेसिंग नहीं होती है, तो
हाँ।
अब जो उस नई वुड का फर्नीचर में या घर में हाल होता है ना, वही इनका लीगल प्रोफेशन में भी हो जाता है। दे लाइक सो उनको बहुत जल्दी चाहिए सारी चीज़ें, ऐसा नहीं होता। बहुत सारी चीज़ों में यू हैव टू गिव लॉट ऑफ टाइम, पेशेंस, एंड नथिंग कैन रिप्लेस एक्सपीरियंस।
I agree.
ठीक है, और बहुत ज़्यादा ऑब्सेशन होना, वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस, वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस, यार वर्क तो करो पहले। बैलेंस, बैलेंस मीन्स 50-50, इट कैन नेवर बी 70 और 30। सो अनदर, हम लोग जब भी कोई जनरेशनल गैप की बात आती है तो हम बहुत एक्सट्रीम में जाते हैं। उन्होंने अपने चलो पेरेंट्स को देखा होगा कि हाँ बहुत दबे दबे रहते हैं और वर्क को ज्यादा अहमियत देते हैं, तो उसका एक ऐसे रिएक्शन आ रहा है कि अब काम
Lopsided.
बस वो ही है, वो ही रीजन है।
I like one thing that you said, Deepa ma'am, because from a psychological point of view, it makes absolute sense. You said you have to wait for things to happen. I tell everybody there's something called delayed gratification and instant gratification. Anything that you get instant, like a Maggi noodle, is not going to stay with you forever.
Yes.
It will leave you as fast as it comes. Delayed is something that we need to work upon.
Yeah, but
the new generation, they do not have the patience. They want it fast, everything.
So we were somewhere, I think, talking about the previous generation also and the parenting. So now my next question to you, Rajshri ma'am, how do you raise a mentally strong child?
Very good question, Malvika. There are a few rules to be raising a mentally strong child and a healthy child. And again, whatever I'm going to be speaking right now is 100% backed by data. Okay? So, number one is that we should please allow your children to make mistakes, to do a homework that is not correct, to get their knees cracked. It's all right when they're young because they are resilient. They will learn to defend themselves when they're older. Now, if you're going to give all the comfort to your child at the age of 8, how are you going to create a child who's going to be strong enough to handle a heartbreak when he's 18 years of age? So I think letting children falter, letting them explore the world through their own experiences, of course, we need to protect them from the real dangers, from predators in the society, but we need to also allow them the importance of disappointments, unfairness, boredom. That's all a part of life. Children should experience, the younger they experience, the better balance they are going to be when they're older.
You raised a very important issue somewhere.
Malvika, sorry, sorry, ma'am.
I think Rajshri ma'am, you used a very good phrase, resilience. The importance of teaching our children resilience. And my next question will be a follow up of that. But I want to first ask Deepa ma'am about resilience in children. How do you instill that in children?
रेजिलियंस कम्स आफ्टर, उससे पहले दो स्टेप्स और बहुत ज़रूरी हो जाते। फर्स्ट तो जो मैंने लॉ में भी देखा है, या जब जुवेनाइल जस्टिस एक्ट की भी बात करते हैं तो उसमें सबसे मेरा फेवरेट प्रिंसिपल है राइट टू पार्टिसिपेशन। सो अगर आप बच्चे को शुरू से ही ये वाला एक हक देते हो कि वो हर चीज़ में पार्टिसिपेट करे। सेकेंड इज कम्युनिकेशन। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि रेजिलियंस हम एकदम स्ट्रेट वे कोई कैप्सूल की तरह उसको खिला देंगे और वो रेजिलियंट बन जाएगा।
वेरी गुड
वी
आंसर।
नीड टू डेवलप 3-4 steps. So communication, participation, and involvement. The family should be inclusive.
So
one should, that's giving voice. Yes, voice is very important.
Very good, very well spoken.
And somewhere I also feel that once you are instilled with that voice from a very early on in life, I think it gets easier to deal with bigger disappointments in life, and so you're able to take on more.
Life is not a bed of roses for anybody.
No.
So it's not going to. Why should we tell a child from beginning that life is going to be smooth? We will take care of you. We're only making them incapable of handling the real problems that we could encounter, that our children could encounter.
And I think Rashmi, मेरा तो ये मानना है कि no parenting is the best parenting.
There are no perfect,
No
there are no
rules.
perfect children. I quote,
Yes.
and there are no perfect.
And you
parents.
know, once I listened to your earlier podcast, you mentioned that children are not like कि कोई कपड़ा खराब हो गया तो आप टेलर को दे आओगे और करेक्ट करके वापस ले
आपको
आओगे.
याद
So I
है.
still remember that, है ना? Yes.
So, the question of resilience, my next question is what is the role of punishment in behavioral correction?
Okay.
Do you think punishment, and especially corporal punishment, raises stronger children or resilience, or makes them?
I'm Malvika. This is one very touchy topic with me, and I'm extremely not in favor of corporal punishment. Punishment, if it's in the form of consequences, which is logical and natural. Natural is don't cross the road, you can meet with an accident. That's a logical one, a natural one. A logical one is जब वही बच्चा वही गलती बार बार दोहराता है तो you have to impose a consequence. But corporal, never. Corporal punishment will only make the child, I repeat, will only make the child a big liar. If I tell the truth, my mother is going to be angry. If I tell the truth, my dad is going to hit me. And if you go through the statistics, Deepa ma'am would know it because she's in the legal field. Most of the inmates in the jail
Yes, yes.
are coming from abusive homes.
I think, Deepa ma'am, the social investigation report, I think when
Yes.
it comes to juveniles
Ah,
and we
yeah,
see
yeah,
the
yes.
children who are in conflict with law,
Broken
what
houses.
what is the data on that?
Yes, poverty and abusive family, lack of knowledge, experience. But again, punishment, actually, I'm not for corporal punishment. अगर ऐसा होता तो हमारे इतने जो inmates जैसे राश्री ने mention
There
किया,
is no learning.
crime खत्म हो जाता ना.
There is no learning taking
Yeah.
place. And Deepa, I'd like to, since you're a lawyer and a damn good one in the Tri-City. So I had this child, 16-year-old child from a place in UP, would come to me for counseling. Now, why he ended up in the juvenile home was he was staying in a house which had a lot of amrud ka ped. So he was told by the father not to eat, not to pluck it. But he plucked in the night. Just by plucking that guava, he was beaten so much and he was made
Yes,
to
yes.
sleep outside
Yeah.
in the
I
veranda without his
remember that.
clothes, without a chatai, without a razai. And I asked him, how did you feel? He said, I hated him. I said, why didn't you speak to your mother? He said, I hate my mother even more because she was just a silent spectator. What I want to tell everybody is that there's no learning taking place here. He eventually ended up doing a heinous crime for which he's serving a jail term for 3 years.
Good points that have come forth. Now, moving on to the next question. Do you think in present times, and especially when we talk of the present generation, and also I want to take a step back, we have the Gen X and the millennials. So all these three generations together, do you think with the advent of social media somewhere we are too stressed unnecessarily? Or is it real? So my question is it real stressed or is it imagined stress?
See, stress is stress. Even if it's imagined, the fact is that the person who's imagining is actually feels that I'm stressful. Without a doubt, the stress levels have skyrocketed from the previous times, and infinite comparisons the new generation is facing. Earlier, our parents generally compared themselves with relatives, or they were stressed because somebody is coming home, खाना अच्छा बनाना है, घर को साफ करना है, और rent देना है. These were the fundamental issues. Now, the new generation still has to worry and stress about the rent, the climate, the war, and the AI eating into their jobs.
And also you're competing with millions of other people on social media.
Absolutely. Oh, my friend's vacation is so good. My life is terrible. These are imagination. I tell everybody that please, technology is not poison. It teaches you to cook. It also burns your food. Depends on your usage. It's $1 million question. You must use technology to enhance your life. But if technology is going to take over your life, then it's not a good idea.
Yeah, I'm also for human connectivity. we are all humans, right? So human touch, human conversation, at times
That's real.
that which is real. And once some associate of mine mentioned that even I don't like to talk on phone because there is no real conversation. You are not making eye contact. You are not noticing the expression. So when conversation is not real on phone, then social media, I just don't feel connected. There are
I
some.
totally agree with you because even in my counseling practice, when I counsel face to face, I can feel it. I'm much better. I can reach out. I can understand the body language. Then on if I'm doing online. So if it is a place like maybe out of India or out of Chandigarh, you can't help it. But the local ones, I
So I
always say,
think
please come take the pain and
non-verbal
come.
communication makes sense.
I agree here absolutely.
So my next question is tied up to the previous question. So do our children need saving from social media? Because
Saving limitation.
limitation.
Psychologists worldwide over say that children should not be on the screen for more than 5 to 7 hours per child per week. So when we give the children that okay access, give हर चीज को आप छीन नहीं सकते बच्चे को. If he's the generation of today, he must know how to use the social media. How much? So I always tell young mothers, especially, that 10 to 15 minutes at one go, maybe 3 sessions, 4 sessions in a day, the child can have not more than 10 minutes. That's what I say. So the child is not greedy, feels that my mother is fair, she's allowing me to use it, yet she's allowing me not to misuse it.
Well,
And again, supervision.
And doesn't feel left out because we have other children who are using
Yes.
the same technology. They are,
So taking it away completely is a 90 वाला mindset कि टीवी हटा दो, connection हटा देंगे, dish हटा देंगे, Tata Sky. No, the child should be disciplined enough to understand that I can use up to this point. And also there has to be rules, Malvika. No bringing, using the phone on the dining table when you're having the food. No carrying the phone, in your bedroom. Use it.
and then enforcing that. With
Enforcing it, yeah. The parents first need to enforce
Yes.
it, then the children will do it.
Yes.
They won't do it if the mother is using it all the time.
Yes, yes. So Deepa ma'am, your
बस मैं इसको आगे यही कह के बढ़ाना चाहूंगी कि पेरेंट्स को भी चाहिए कि टाइम दें. ठीक है, आप कोई चीज बच्चे से छीन रहे हो तो हमेशा ना आपको उसको ऑल्टरनेटिव देना चाहिए, सब्स्टिट्यूट देना चाहिए,
correct.
बेटर सब्स्टिट्यूट.
So correct.
ठीक है, और अपने आप को इतना इंटरेस्टिंग बनाओ, कंपनी को इतना इंटरेस्टिंग बनाओ कि मतलब वो सोशल मीडिया छोड़ के आपके पास बैठे, आपके साथ बात करे, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो उस बॉन्ड में भी डिफेक्ट है. जैसे आप मेंटल हेल्थ को बोलते हो ना, हम डिनाई करते हैं डिनाइल मोड में, तो कहीं ना कहीं पेरेंट और बच्चे की बॉन्डिंग में भी कुछ ना कुछ तो है. वो क्या है उसको फाइंड आउट करना पड़ेगा.
I'm,
वो तो
I'm
alternative है ना.
absolutely in accordance with what Dr. Deepa is saying. The social connect, the emotional connect has to be there.
I just want to add to this conversation. When I think back of my childhood and when there was no social media, there was barely even any internet. My childhood was boring. And today, I mean, I see psychologists saying that it's all right to
Get bored?
let children be bored. So then they figure out how to entertain themselves. And there's, I mean, in Finland, they've already enforced kind of taking away the fun things from the play area. Now they are made to go on hikes, explore the rivers, and go in the forest basically. So I mean, if I look back, I think just to be okay with myself as a child and be bored and kind of that really has when I look back, it has, I think, given me a good attention span and given me focus.
Yes.
So I think
I'm of the absolutely similar view.
Yes.
Because if you want your children to dream, they can only dream in nothingness. If you're going to pack their schedule either with too many activities,
Yes.
in the garb of that, oh, I'm not giving the child, social media, so no, I don't think it's a great idea. Children must have free time to think of what they want to do. Imagination is so important. How are you going to enhance creativity? So
silence.
So I think you can thank your parents. You can absolutely thank your parents for building that attention span in you.
Yes.
So boredom is very important. Boredom will force you to think of
Yeah,
things out of the box.
Creativity.
Yes.
So let's do our quick rapid
All right.
fire round.
Okay.
Okay. Rapid
And
fire.
we have to
Interesting.
answer in one go.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this will not be a discussion. So
Okay. Yes or no?
one-liners is what
Okay.
I'm looking forward to. So starting with you, Rajshri.
Hmm.
What is something you could undo or do differently in life, in your life?
I wish I was a little more ambitious, and if I could be conscious of the fact, it took me 10 years to start working. I could have started working earlier.
And Deepa, ma'am?
Patience.
Patience.
Yes.
Patience.
Okay.
Even I need to.
And next question: how do you cope with stress? How do you cope? You.
Playing a game of Sudoku or playing a game of cards or just talking to friends is a mood buster.
And Deepa,
No, I just try to differentiate that whether I'm stressed or there's a circumstantial agitation. If it is circumstantial agitation, then I change my circumstances.
You try to change.
Change of
Yeah,
scene.
yeah, change of
Change.
scene. Even if you're stressed, I think going out or mood change, scene change बहुत matter करता है, एकदम ठीक हो जाता है.
Okay. Next question: what is the one life advice you would give the present generation?
For very young mothers, I would say, be do as I do parent. जैसे मैंने करा वैसे करो, ना कि do as I say. Most of us belong to the second category. So if we are careful about our actions, our child is also going to be careful. If we are going to yell at the traffic police or yell at the servants, the child will learn anger, will learn panic. So simple language, do as I do.
And Deepa,
A bonding. Yeah.
bonding.
Yeah, parents kids bonding, or yeah, even if you are with your friends, so bonding is very very important. किसी के साथ भी हो, वो आपको ना हर एक सिचुएशन में कुछ ना कुछ एक कुशन वो आपको प्रोवाइड करती है.
So, what is one delusion that shattered as you moved forward in life?
Many times we expect a lot out of the world, the environment, the people around that we hang around with, and we start imagining that if something goes wrong, or everybody will stand with me. It doesn't happen so. I'm not being cynical. There are people who will stand, but sometimes we have over expectations. And having expectations, forget over, even having expectations will always lead to some bit of drama and some bit of heartache.
And
For me, I used to believe that there is no glass ceiling for female lawyers, but it exists.
It exists.
Yes. You know, Rashri, when initial opening the stage, everybody is welcome, but it goes like that.
It's like a pyramid.
Yes. So
Few women are going up.
Yeah, after a certain stage, you just can't break that.
okay, so my last question to end this rapid fire: what is one habit that you have been trying to incorporate in your life, but you have miserably failed?
I wish I could learn the art of being patient, which I haven't. Yeah, I haven't accomplished it to the highest order. Otherwise, by and large, I'm pretty comfortable in my skin.
Okay, and
Try not to be very truthful all the time.
a little bit of deceit.
Yes, not deceit, but politically correct
Politically,
statement,
diplomatic
statement.
Yeah,
So-
I think I could do that also.
So thank you, Deepa ma'am and Rajshri ma'am, for this wonderful conversation around mental health and legal profession. Thank you, everyone.